Hello. Hello. Alrighty. So, third time's a charm, as I said in the tweet. If the game crashes again, or rather, if my computer crashes again, I'm going to have to reinstall Windows. So I really hope I don't have to do that, but I have the new hard drive right here on my desk, just in case I have to do that. So, third time's a charm. Once again, if you are not up to speed on what has been occurring so far, whenever I'm starting OBS and Resident Evil 4 at the same time, um, temporary files are being created in my Windows drive and filling it up and causing my computer to crash. Why? It's kind of up in the air. I think I may have figured out that it was creating unnecessary extra, not quite RAM, but there's a temp sort of RAM that it can create in your Windows drive if it thinks it needs it. And at some point, it's possible that the game glitched, or not the game, my computer glitched, and on one of my boot ups, it decided it needed about 17 times more than it actually did, because apparently that is a somewhat common problem. So, once again, I have played this game twice, once drunk, once sober, both times on hardcore. I'm not very good at video games, so prepare for me to miss a lot and to get hit unnecessarily a lot. My problem with every survival horror game I've ever played is not running out of ammunition. Occasionally, it'll happen like once or twice in the playthrough of whatever game it is. What happens almost every time is running out of healing items. But usually I just about make it. We'll see though. So we will be playing on hard because I think that is the intended experience for this game. And also if I play on normal by the end of the game, I'm gonna have so much fucking ammo that I won't know what to do with myself. And the reason the second stream actually worked, rather the first part, the stream on the first day after I solved the technical issues that day worked, but for some reason my voice was like staticky and sounded like shit, and the game audio wasn't being recorded for some unexplainable reason. But that's all fixed right now, for the time being.
September 30th, 1998. It's a day I'll never forget. The cop inside me died that day.
As always, the cutscenes
that night,
load
Raccoon City was
just
wiped
great.
Out, thanks to the bioweapons created by Umbrella. Somehow I made it out, but too many others weren't so lucky. I was asked later to join a top-secret government program. Not that I had a choice. The training, punishing missions, nearly killed me. But at least I kept my mind off everything. If I could just forget what happened that night. The pain, even for a second. This time, it can be different. It has to.
Oh, hell yeah, it's Leon time. Hi, Ghost. Am I coming through okay?
Yankee, why did you come to this horrible place? As close to nowhere that I've ever seen.
Let's just say, looking for someone.
That someone must be very important, huh? The chief gave the orders himself. Help him, he said.
I'm sure you boys didn't come all the way out here to roast marshmallows.
Oh, they did.
Maybe you did.
You have a strange sense of humor. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret.
Glad to hear it,
Just
Ghost.
between
How are
us.
you today?
A lot of people have gone missing around here. And it's been that way for a while now.
Well then, should be just another day in the office, right?
I mean, last week there was a search for some missing hikers.
I'm sure you'll do your best to help me.
I don't really know why they wrote these guys this way, but they did, and it's very odd. I'm alright. I've pretty clearly slept pretty hard. I woke up with, you know, like sleep lines all over my body. My left eye swollen, and I feel a little bit stuffy. Other than that, I'm doing all right. I hope
Nature
this
calls,
works.
huh?
That's my
I'll
biggest,
be right back.
hope.
Qué frío.
Oh shit! I
¿Te
forgot
has
to take
bebido el bar
cookies from
entero?
Jade last night.
You smoke?
They also gave these guys very strange accents because they don't really have much of accents. So I know they're supposed to be Spanish, but
Vaya, si
they don't really sound Spanish.
Hey, ¿hay alguien ahí?
And I know the dude joked like, "Hey, did you drink the whole bar?" But that guy is walking like he's half drunk.
He sure is taking his time. Did he fall in? Maybe you better go and take a look. Oh, watch the car. Wouldn't want to get a parking ticket.
So much for helping me.
Just their metering on their sentences is really very strange to me. Alright. I have to get used to controls again. I'm also pretty bad at like noticing things in the environment. When I watch footage of games, I notice things really easily. But whenever I'm playing games, I think my eyes get too distracted. I think I have trouble focusing on several things at once.
How far could he have gone?
I don't know, normal walking speed's about 2.5 miles an hour, so it's been 30 minutes. About 1.5 miles. Yes, Resident Evil, the game that has E as the crouch button and F as the interact button to drive me insane. For those unawares, Leon S. Kennedy, which stands for Leon Sexy Kennedy, is our main
Anyone
protagonist
home?
of this game. One of the two protagonists of Resident Evil 2. And this game effectively jump-started, or at least some argue it jump-started, the third-person, over-the-shoulder adventure gameplay, essentially. I would say there's some much better contenders out there for being the first, but this is definitely perhaps the most successful. Judgment is nigh. Well, it's always good to reflect on one's previous actions and learn from them. So judgment can be important. Hi, friend.
Sorry to barge in like this. Busco a un policía. Vino aquí?
I have it on reliable info from a Puerto Rican that Leon's Spanish is okay, that he is, quote, trying his best. The first roundhouse kick of the game. There shall be many more.
This is not good.
No, it's not good. And we get a look at our first weapon here. All of the weapons in Resident Evil are a little bit anachronistic. where they're kind of meant to be real guns, but they're not quite real guns. This is almost an HK USP-45 or HK-45, goes by a couple different names. Commissioned by the U.S. Navy and used by the SEALs and several other organizations, and is the most rock-solid, bomb-proof pistol in current production at this point. Famously, one of the many tests it was put through is they put it in a saltwater bath for 3 days straight and constantly shook it around, and somehow, at the end of that, it actually fired. It was incredible. H&K, Heckler and Koch, are a fantastic set of engineers. Founded by the surviving members of Mauser after World War II, and the Germans knew their shit.
Hey!
I read you. What's your situation?
Fear. It would appear that fear is his situation.
What the hell's going on? What was that? No fucking way.
I've never not been hit by him. I don't know if it's possible to not be hit by him. I never had that happen. What a nice pose he's hitting. Our first green or...
Bruce, this is Condor 1.
Hunnigan here. What's your sit rep?
The President's daughter, Baby Eagle. It's likely she's in this village.
Our intel was correct then. Well done.
Need a location on a nearby lake. She may have been taken there.
Copy that. I'll see what I can find.
Hurry up.
Something's happened to the people here. My escorts are...
dead.
Gotta go. Talk later. I'll let myself out.
Barrel rolling out of a 2-story window. Fantastic, Leon. You never cease to amaze. You know, a lot of times when Leon takes his pistol out of his holster in this game, he'll do a press check, which is where you open the chamber slightly with one hand and see if there's a bullet in the chamber. There's some guns you don't want to do that with, by the way, but it's perfectly fine with this gun. There's one game, Wolfenstein, the new one, Wolfenstein New Order, that whenever you press R, just if your magazine's full, he will check if there's ammo in by either taking out the magazine and checking how many bullets are in it or doing a press check, and it completely hits my schizophrenic tendencies of spamming the R button, even though if I thought about it for a second, I would know I already reloaded like 2 seconds ago, but I just reflexively press R all the time. So when I played that game, we just constantly had BJ Blazkowicz playing or doing press checks over and over and over again. And between that and Helldivers, it kind of beat that habit of constantly pressing R out of me. Now I press it a little bit less. So he sounds a little upsetty spaghetti. Hey. Pesetas. Oh my fucking god. I'm loading back. Can't believe I missed all those shots. I hate myself. Why do I suck so bad? I played this game twice. I have to relearn how to aim, I feel, every time I start this game. Probably just something about the survival horror aspect, but, you know, Helldivers. Aim steady as a rock. Any survival horror game where I have limited ammo. My aim shakes like a leaf. Roundhouse kick. Oh! Didn't realize he was right behind me. Another problem I have with Leon's movement is sometimes when I'll press shift right after doing an attack, it doesn't necessarily look like he actually started running. But I'm always just about get there in time to actually do the roundhouse kick, so maybe it's just me.
Damn it.
We got a friend right here, too. Oh, don't move. Stop. No bueno. Yeah, I've been shot in the head. No bueno. Alrighty. Now, we've got the herb system. And for those unawares, in the Resident Evil series, there are between 2 and 4 kinds of herbs, depending on which one you're playing. In this one, there's 3: green, red, and yellow. Red and green heals 1 chunk of health, kind of changes depending on how much health you have. Red enhances the effect of any other herb, so a green plus a red will make a full heal. You can also combine several greens together just to save space, and a yellow in this game increases your maximum health. In some games, they have yellow herbs give a shield. In some games, there are blue herbs that cure poison, but then they kind of realized that poison would only be in very certain areas anyway. So basically, there's an area with poison spiders. You know what's going to be there? Blue herbs. Anywhere else in the game, there aren't blue herbs because there's no poison enemies. So it was like a self-solving problem that was just unnecessary because they could have just made regular herbs there and it'd just be health instead. So, yeah. It kind of did away with blue herbs, but I think they actually brought them back in Resident Evil 6, but they just did something completely different, but I can't remember. I've only played a very small bit of Resident Evil 6. Hello. Now we have the iconic village section. Holy shit. Now, there are a couple of requirements for this stage. You simply do not have enough ammunition to kill everybody. In fact, you barely have enough ammunition to kill anybody, especially on a hardcore. So you have to kill a certain amount of enemies and survive a certain amount of time. I have mixed results. I've only done it on my first try once. That's something I added to the remake. Stealth kills. I didn't drop anything. Sometimes they drop eggs when you kill them. Sometimes they just lay eggs too.
Here we go.
Oh, cool, they were waiting for me. I didn't realize this place was here on my first playthrough. I think you can get through this section without ever entering this house. In fact, I pretty much did, but getting into this house makes it a hell of a lot easier.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
I think he wants inside.
It's my lucky day.
Sure is, Leon. Always look on the bright side of life.
Oh, nice.
Little Winchester 870. And a regular M2 frag grenade. We're going to set you to 2 instead of 3. You will be... You can be 3. Our grenade should never auto... Quick switch to grenades anyway. That was close.
Here you go.
Music's a little crunchy. Another thing you couldn't do in the original was jump over those little ledges. So we've got a lot more freedom of movement now, which is a good thing. You kind of need it. But I think it does make the remake a little bit easier than the original. Oh no. Alright, I'm gonna be safe, and I'm gonna use this now. Be safe. I'd rather not die. Arriba, eso. I want to get Mr. Chainsaw Man if I can. Oh yeah, I forgot my knife is broken. Pardon me, sir. Uh-oh, this isn't good. Wow, they let me through. So kind. Pardon me.
You gotta be kidding me. Next.
Yes. Get off the roof! No, Leon! And that's why I pretty much never do it on my first try. Because at some point I get one shot by him. There's a quick turn button. I need to learn what it is. I was so close. We were like a handful of seconds away. Yeah. I hate redoing shit. Also, the sensitivity on these binoculars is terrible.
Holy shit.
Oh. Hi, Mr. Chicken. And I particularly don't like redoing things in Resident Evil games because it feels like I always get worse loot rolls the second time I do anything than the first time. Wow.
Here we go.
Saw me sooner than I expected. Fight them off. Don't mind if I do. We're gonna go in the house a little bit later this time. That's some shit up here real quick. Pardon me, gentlemen. Oh, good, money. That'll really help. I'll throw coins at them. Uh-oh. This is a dead end. Pardon? I'm really glad he didn't grab me. Mr. Cow, help. Alright, now we'll go in the house. Get this party going. No! Why must you be faster than Leon? Why didn't Leon get taught how to run properly in school?
My lucky day.
It is my lucky day. I feel so lucky. Ah. That was a better loot drop. I will take an extra grenade. I'd be able to kill Chainsaw Man a little bit easier.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice. So once again, assign you to 2. If I go to late 70. This is pretty much just a Winchester 870. All the details are pretty much correct. I think one of those bolts isn't actually supposed to be there, but... wow, it feels like they got in a lot faster. Is that my punishment for skipping the cutscene? Keep on running, Leon. Pardon me, sir. Oh, hi. Why does it feel like they're angrier this time? There's someone by this ladder. Nope, there's a lot of people by the ladder. I wish to not go granted. I don't think I'll be able to get past this guy. I did. Wow. Amazing. Oh, sorry. Leon's so slick. I didn't. They're so quiet.
There you go. Present for you.
Oh, we got busted down. I didn't even know what could happen.
You gotta be kidding me.
Alright, Moon. I'm going to eat this chicken egg while running. Fortunately, you don't have to tap it on your side like you do in Resident Evil 5. Presumably all the eggs in Resident Evil 5 are hard-boiled. You bastard. Oh, this roof's a little busier than I gave it credit for. I'll give it that. We're gonna take a little bit of a wider berth. Shit. I really hoped he was gonna let me kick him. Oh. Well, I didn't kill Chainsaw Man, which means those 2 grenades are a waste. That kind of sucks.
La campana.
Well, we did it. And I used way less healing and way less ammo, so I should be happy about that. Though I'm sad I wasted the grenades on Chainsaw Man. And I'm not talking about Denji from the very popular anime Chainsaw Man, or the manga thereof. How are you, Moon?
Tenemos que servir.
Cinema. Absolute cinema.
Todopoderoso.
Glad to hear it, Moon. We're about to get the best line in the game. God damn, my back hurts. Boom.
Where's everyone going? Bingo?
They kept the line. Resident Evil is something different in almost every iteration of the game, Moon. It completely depends which one you're playing. But, yeah, I was first introduced to Resident Evil when I was very young. Because a video on YouTube was like the entire storyline of all of Resident Evil in an 8.5-hour video, and that was basically the birth of me watching 8-hour-long lore videos.
Look for a large windmill. There's a path on the far side of it.
Windmill. Copy that.
And be careful. Roost out.
One could at least argue for a time that Resident Evil was at the very least always survival horror. Then they released Resident Evil 5 and 6, which you could argue that Resident Evil 5 is survival horror still. I would find it very difficult to argue that Resident Evil 6 is still survival horror. Stab him!
Come on!
Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3, and I'm talking about the originals here, were fixed camera, oh, and also Code Veronica, which doesn't have a number. Were fixed camera games where the camera would always be in some part of the room, and you just go around, solve puzzles, generally avoid enemies. You weren't really meant to kill all the enemies in those games. There wasn't really enough supplies to do so. And there would be a story, you read documents, solve puzzles, and then you get to the end of the game. In the remake of Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3, they're a little bit more... in Resident Evil 2 Remake, you still can't really kill all the enemies. In Resident Evil 3 Remake, it's a lot easier to kill all the enemies. And the stories haven't changed too much, but they've got a little bit less detail in them in the remakes. And then Resident Evil 4, we have here, was the first one that was like, hey, you know what? you're supposed to kill all the enemies. We're going to give you enough ammo to kill all the enemies. We're going to take out basically every single puzzle, focus way more on combat. And you could say that the story of Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3 were trying to be very serious, but the dialogue was very, very campy. And half of that was because they got really, really bad voice actors with terrible voice direction in those games. And I love the dialogue in those games. And it's because it's fucking hilarious. But they're trying to be very serious. Resident Evil 4 went all camp. It is all jokes, all the time, nothing is serious. Our mission is to go to somewhere in Spain and rescue the president's daughter, and we're an ex-cop. That's written straight out of a comic book. That alone already has us being goofier than we ever were in the other games. Resident Evil 5 took the action gameplay of this and made it co-op, and then thus there was that whole era of gaming where co-op games were really, really popular. Resident Evil 5 sold gangbusters, but it's kind of difficult to call it a Resident Evil game because there's not nary a puzzle to be seen in that game. And then, ooh, we got cheese wheels. Very nice. And they're in different stages of aging, too. And some sausages. And then we've got Resident Evil 6, which is, I haven't even played all of. It is all action all the time, no survival horror elements whatsoever, except that you've got, you know, some limited healing items. That's about all I'm going to give it credit for. And it's, again, ridiculous, but it's trying to take itself seriously. It's like, oh, big terrorist plot. And yeah, it's bad and dumb. And then Resident Evil 7 completely redid all of that. In Resident Evil 7, you're in first person. It's complete survival horror. Limited resources. Generally still meant to kill everything. But all the spookiness and scariness is back in full swing. Resident Evil 7 is one of the scariest games that exists, that still allows you to fight the enemy. And then Resident Evil 8 basically takes Resident Evil 7 and it takes that protagonist and puts him in another game and mixes it with elements of Resident Evil 4 where it's more combat focused and it's a little more campy, but it's still actually spooky at times. And Resident Evil 8 is my favorite game of the series. It is one of the few games I have 100%ed. I love Resident Evil 8. So yeah, every Resident Evil game is a little bit different, and those are just all the mainline games I mentioned, the ones with numbers and Code Veronica. You then have a bunch of other ones that have Biohazard attached to them. You also have all of the, you know those games that were on the Wii where you pointed the Wii controller at the screen and you like shot a gun in first person and it was basically a rail shooter? Yeah, there's a bunch of those in the Resident Evil series. And even better, if you want to know the whole story of the entire series, you have to play them because they put lore necessary information in those games. Isn't that great? And then there's all sorts of other side games in this series. And they're all incredibly different. One of the very first first-person shooters was actually a Resident Evil game, but it was very early in the genre of first-person shooters, so it's nothing like a first-person shooter you'd have today. RA is the one with the vampire women. Yes, it is the one with the Lady Dimitrescu. Wonderful, tall, beautiful vampire mommy, and her 3 daughters, who aren't really vampires, they're flies, which was interesting when I learned that. They're big old bundles of flies that stay together. Basically, Resident Evil is always in 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and 6. I'll say 6 a little bit less, though. Everything is basically just zombies, or creatures that are infected with whatever virus of the day we're going with that makes them bigger and meaner. And with the T-virus, it always makes people into zombies, or in this case, it's the Las Plagas, which again just pretty much makes people into zombies. Whereas when you get to Resident Evil 7 and 8, we basically just get to, hey, there is some kind of virus or mold or disease or something, and it's just an excuse for us to make really cool monster designs, and then we're just gonna say it's because of the virus. For instance, Heisenberg in Resident Evil 8 can control metal like Magneto from DC Comics. And they argue it is from mold that he is able to do this. That is not possible, but that is the excuse they use. Like I said, Lady Dimitrescu's daughters, quote-unquote, are bundles of infected flies that stay together, but they just look like normal human girls until you shoot them. Then they turn into a cloud of flies, and that is because, again, mold, magic mold. It is paper thin and held together by science fiction, but it's just an excuse in those later games to make really cool monster designs. Yes, and I will bring up a picture of Lady Dimitrescu for those who do not know of her, though I'm sure anyone who would find themselves in this stream would be well aware of this character. This is the Lady Dimitrescu. And if you Google Lady Dimitrescu, the immediate thing below it is height. So I'll regale you with that. With this lovely picture that I just found. She is 9'6". Master Chief is 7'2". Halo 3 Rat is small. I think that's all that needs to be said on that subject. Alright, now we are officially at the point we were at when everything went to shit last time with the stream. Okay. I did save, right? I did. Alright. We've passed our first wall, and we'll get to the second wall, where I was paused in my progress a little bit later. But we're good for the time being. Shit. Got it that time. It's that time. I suck at video games. Yes, I am very much in the camp that Lady Dimitrescu is extremely attractive. Cow, why'd you hit me? Get a delicious egg out of the deal. I did. And the egg will heal me when they're hurting me. Leave me alone, cow. Ugh. And we got fun stuff like this. Little hidden treasures. Now there's some poo water right there. We don't want to fall in that poo water. We gotta shoot one over here. So it didn't fall in the poo water. Yeah. I think... Yeah, this is the first game where eggs made their appearance. They're also in RE5. They're not in RE6, though. No eggs in RE6. RE6 is too serious to have eggs. There's also some lovely mod support for RE8. Like ones that make Chris Redfield have a banana gun. And also there's many lewd ones, of course, as well, because why wouldn't there be? And I fully support mods. Every kind. Because it's all hard work, done for free. Or at least usually for free, by people with a passion. And it's always nice to see games with plenty of mod support. Which is why I love Skyrim so much.
It's locked.
Skyrim had no mods, Skyrim wouldn't be my favorite video game. It is only by mods that it is my favorite video game. There's one left, and I forgot where it is. Oh, it's behind here, I think. I'll consume egg. I have consumed egg. Forgot how to get in here.
No good.
You know, Leon, you could probably kick that door open. Man, it sounds like she's having a fun time in there. Do I have to continue forward a bit? Maybe I do. It's been a while. Again, played this game twice. Don't know shit. Oh. Where'd she come from? Question for the ages. Destroy all the blue thingies. And we get the lovely bombs. Which, if you're really cool, you can use them to kill enemies. Sometimes I'm really cool. Other times I'm not. This is one of our health increasing herbs. Now I want to say, yeah, yeah. Apparently, there's more of these in the game than you need, and if you combine them with a red herb, like I said before, red herb will increase the effect of any other herb it's combined with. So there's more of these in the game that you need, and you can basically get to max health sooner if you combine them with red herbs, which makes me wish I hadn't combined it. Actually, I can just put it in here. There we go. Yes. Fantastic. Now, next time we need a heal, we'll get a super heal. Our health will go up, which is fantastic. I do really like the Remington 870. I think it's a very pretty looking gun. There's our last thing, we'll bobble. Well, I'm really happy the stream's running well so far, because I want to put off reinstalling Windows as long as I possibly can. One thing that is entirely unique to RE4, unless it's in one of the side games I'm unfamiliar with, is we've got these treasures. We've got these treasures, and they've got slots in them, and you can put stones inside of them and increase their value, and there's certain combinations, like basically poker rules. Does it actually... No, the chart's not up here. But it'll be like, oh, 2 of a kind, 3 of a kind, basically full house, you know, but it'll call it a mixture. And the more combinations and stuff you do, the more money you'll get out of it, which is always fun. But long story short, you never ever want to just sell one of those items for raw cash. This guy's always fun.
God damn.
I like this enemy a lot. I don't like it when he does that very much, but that's because I have really bad reflexes. I didn't really want to melee him, but you know, best laid plans. Ah, I suck. Let me out. Remember how I said I was going to use every healing item I have? Wish I could switch shoulders. Leon can't do that. Wish this leaf wasn't in my fucking way. I missed.
Shit.
Well, there goes most of my bullets and all of my healing. Not all. Most of my healing. Far more than I should have used. Well, I'm sure it'll come back to bite me in the ass. Resident Evil, at least the remakes, are pretty good about if you use a lot of resources, it gives you a lot of resources. RE8 is good about it too. Whereas in the older ones, if you use the resources that it gave you, it wouldn't like... Basically, if you've got a lot of resources, it'll roll to give you money instead of resources. Whereas before, in the older games, if you used all your resources, you're just fucked. Here's the survival part of the survival horror. Yeah. Like I said earlier, I very rarely ever have an ammo problem in Resident Evil games. There were 2 cases where I actually had an ammo problem in this game on my first playthrough. I always have a health problem, because I always get hit stupidly. And I always end the game with so much more ammo than I know what to do with. It's the same with RE8. Ended the game with basically no healing items and so much ammo. I'm really terrible at not getting hit in every video game. I'd say in Dark Souls is probably the one game where I'm actually pretty decent at not getting hit. Not Dark Souls 1. Dark Souls 1 sucks. Controversial opinion. Dark Souls 3. Dodging sucks in Dark Souls 1 because you're stuck to an axis if you're locked onto an enemy. Like, you can only dodge north, south, east, and west. Whereas in the rest of the games, you can dodge in any direction if you're locked onto an enemy. So people are like, oh, just fight the enemy without being locked on. Oh yeah, having to mess with my other analog stick when I'm trying to focus on the fight. That's great design. I much prefer just what they did for the rest of the games, where if I'm locked on, I can still dodge in any direction. Well, I pressed E, but I pressed F before it. At least it didn't kill me, because I didn't save. Alright.
One down.
Correct. Arriba eso. Yeah. No, Leon! See, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes, I press shift, and he doesn't actually run. That's... I'm going to try to get one of them with one of these. I was afraid that would hit me. And it got rid of the bomb. You know what? Thank you, video game. I needed the extra challenge. Arriba eso. You can't get them to blow each other up. Get him. Yeah. Get him. Where? Nope, he's still not dead. Oh, it's a different one. No, Leon, I wanted you to walk. There you go.
They keep coming.
That car probably has the nicest looking hair we've seen so far. I feel like, despite the fact that sprint is toggled, sometimes I'm just better holding it because of the aforementioned issue. Do me a favor and forget I exist for a moment. I think I'm hitting the roof. Alright. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, for sure she couldn't toss those in here. Arriba eso. I think we encounter a dog pretty soon here. Not a fan of the dogs. I don't think anyone's a fan of the dogs in this game. Except for one. There's one good pup. Yeah? I'll never see her. She's hidden. She's sneaking. Moon, I didn't actually see what you said herd to. Oh. Aww. Come on, Bagel. Get your shit together. Cool. Evidently I did good. Hello? Oh, I don't have a knife, that's why. Cool. That went way better than it could have. I usually suck with those guys, but they didn't actually start running. Pretty sure I can't get in here. Cannot. We're not gonna go in there yet. We're gonna take a trip down here. Fish. Look like pike to me. I know a couple fish. And I think that's pike. I wouldn't bet my life on it.
This the place?
There's one, if anyone's played BioShock Infinite, there's one line that the... What do they call them? Iron Patriots, that's what it is. Big old robots with miniguns that fire at you in that game. One of the lines they'll say to the troops that are human around them is like, charge forth, for death has no sting. And I always thought to myself, you know, that's really easy to say because you're a robot. For them, death has, you know, a decent little bit of sting. One might argue a lot of sting. I'm no expert. I haven't died before, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna hurt. What a lovely picture. Got baby's first chemistry set. Some lovely porcelain plates. A bag of lo mein. Oh, and a lovely guitar.
What's that noise?
I don't know. We don't really get an answer to that question either. Oh, I forgot if it's actually him. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure if I sneak up on him, it just doesn't work. Okay, get up. Yeah, Leon, not a fan of the jaunty stroll. Get a move on. Rightio. Craft some ammunition, shall we? Actually, I'm gonna wait on that. One thing I think I'll allow myself to do from previous playthroughs, if it actually lets me, is use my charms that I unlocked from the gun range mini game, which will allow me some very, very small bonuses, practically unnoticeable unnoticeable bonuses. There we go. I can speak if I try very hard. Oh, Moon. I also, they're coming in completely out of order, but I just got in Volume 3 and Volume 13 of Dungeon Meshi. I read through half of 3 last night, and of course the anime's already covered that. But there were some bits in the manga that were not covered in the anime, and I've been enjoying them all the more. I'm wondering where the bit where, because in the anime, Marcial makes soap from the Kelpie's fat, and then uses it on Senchi's beard, washes it so she can use water walking on him. That's all fine. Volume 3 starts after the Kelpie is dead, and we see Marcial stirring around in that pot, which in the anime was when she was making said soap. But we don't, and I thought it was weird that we went from applying the soap and having this really touching moment in the anime, and then immediately in the next scene, she uses explosion magic, and Senshi yells at her for killing more things than she should have. And I thought, well, that's a tonal shift. They just went from happy, he went from angry to happy to angry again really, really quickly. It was very much a tonal shift. This manga completely skips that because it goes from like just angry to more anger afterwards. There's no scene of using the soap on him. Makes me wonder if it's in a different spot, like it was at the end of the volume 2 and she's just making more at the beginning of volume 3 or something. So I'm waiting to get the rest of the volumes, of course, because again they're coming completely out of order. But yeah, it makes a lot more logical sense. But I guess they might have just included an extra scene in the anime, so it'd be a little more touching, I suppose. And volume 13 is way after where the anime is currently at, so I can't read that one yet because I at least have to read the other mangas leading up to it. I also read the first 3 chapters of Tomie last night as well, and already having an interesting plot thread going on between those. It is in a different spot, I'm pretty sure. I was thinking that. I didn't think they would make an entirely new scene. Have you actually watched any of the anime at this point, Moon? She's got to be stirring something around in that pot. Oh, my back. Hope Murray's ears perked up for Tomie. Maybe. I don't know if Murray's here. But yeah. Forgot. I had Time Bet. You watched Time Bet? Episode 3 in the anime. I need to ask someone of note about this at some point. Episode 3 uses an entirely different animation style and very different color palette to the rest of the anime. It's really Trigger doing what Trigger does best, like very Kill la Kill-esque vibes from episode 3. No other episode is like that. And I want to know what the fuck happened with episode 3. It looks fantastic. They went all out on it. It's really, really good. It's really, really wacky. It's all over the place. And it's very much like a newer look to Kill la Kill. If you've seen Kill la Kill, you'll know kind of what I'm talking about here. And I'm wondering what made them do that. Because, like, episode 1 and 2 and 3 are probably 3 of the best episodes, if not the best episodes of the whole series. And that would very much be to hook new viewers in. That makes total sense. But 3 being so radically different to the first 2, I'm just surprised we've never gotten that again from other very action-centric episodes. And I look forward to seeing that those pages in the manga to see if anything's different about them and the surrounding pages. I don't think it will be. But I need to ask someone of authority at some point what exactly was going on with episode 3. Anyway, time to meet the best character in the game.
That hurts, you know.
Seemed like you really wanted to talk.
How observant, senor. Now, say, you got a smoke?
You know, those things will kill you.
Oh, well, maybe just untie me then, huh? Joder.
He's such a
not
handsome
this guy.
man.
Who are you? Okay, stop right there.
And here we've got Rayloff of Riverwood. That's not his voice actor in this game, but his voice actor for the original RE4 was the guy who does Rayloff and many other characters in the Elder Scrolls. Chapter end. I would like to save my progress. Where do I want to put this shit? I guess, what is the likelihood I would actually go back and do that? Not very high. I'll save over it, even though I wasted all that ammo and heals in that one section. What's the worst that could happen? I always keep multiple saves in these games, and like, oh man, I'll go back if I waste a ton of resources. And I so rarely ever do go back any significant amount, unless it's like that first one I did where I just lost a little bit of health and I loaded immediately back.
Our most sacred body. It begins now.
All the voice actors for this game are great, but I really, really like the voice actor for the main villain.
Hey, stop it. Hey, Yankee. Got a name?
Oh yeah.
Leon.
Quiet type, eh? I'm Luis Serra. Guess you, me, picked the wrongest spot to vacation, eh? Hey, stop it. You move, I move. And I'm beat up enough as it is. I can see you're thinking. Bet you've been in spots like this before, huh?
Yes, technically.
I guess you're here looking for someone. One more guess. Maybe some missing señorita?
Young girl? Talk.
Now kiss.
Now.
All right. See, heard chatter about moving a señorita.
Moving her. Where?
Who knows? But later, saw some men dragging someone to the old church. Hanging with you.
You don't mean
Not
shit. That would hurt so fucking bad. I've been hit with a chain fast before, and it fucking hurts.
Hey, we're not done
It's
here.
basically like being hit with a steel bar.
Later, amigo.
Didn't break my leg, but it left a nasty bruise on the bone. In case you didn't believe them, they make you open your suitcase to look that you don't have any gear.
Condor 1 to Roost. I've located Baby Eagle. It sounds like she's being kept in some church.
Great. That's good news.
I heard it from this guy I met.
The church is a place
Says
of
his name
God.
is
She'll be safe there.
There's something fishy about him. I need you to run a background check.
We'll call Condor 1. I'll see what I can find. In the meantime, make your way to that church.
Right. I'm probably due for confession anyway. Condor 1, out.
We all are, Leon. We've all got something to confess. Yes, thank you for the kitchen knife, sir. Sneaking around the corner. Yes, here, I shall keep my back turned towards where the prisoners are, to most effectively guard them. There's my stuff.
Hey, that's my gear.
Wait. That doesn't look like my gun. Maybe it's just the lighting. 'Cause I feel like I can see barrel weight at the end. Sagarablo indeed. Unfortunately, they just don't follow you into this room. Now, I usually fuck this up the first time, but we'll see what we can do. Nah, fuck me. I'm gonna get hit. What did they say? Eat shit, get hit. Oh, so close. Hurrah! He's just playing, run around in circles, you know. He's just playing. There we go. Another drawer I can't open. Now it looks like my gun.
I'll be taking these back.
Yes, give me more knives. I love knives. It's a friend. Hi, friend.
Over here, stranger.
Over here, stranger.
Who's that?
What are you buying? What are you selling? That is a big ass rat, if I may say so. What has he been eating? Woo! I can't believe I actually didn't get hit. I'll say that makes up for getting hit earlier. Make myself feel better. Rat friend. My god. Going to have an aneurysm. What? I didn't hit him. There we go. Blue sapphire. Is blue. I'm blue. Again, I'm so thankful those don't hurt you. Otherwise, I'd have even less healing items. I don't know if there was something on the ceiling or not. Maybe it's the first-person nature of it, but I'm also way better at seeing secrets in RE8 than I am about this game. I should probably just have a guide open, but it takes some of the fun out of it, doesn't it? I'm so happy we were able to get this stream working. Watch me eat my words on that, and then it doesn't work next time. Merchant tip, get rich quick. How are the requests coming along? Did you know that you can trade the spinels you receive as a reward for valuable goods that can't be bought otherwise? We've got loads of useful items, but I recommend you pick up a treasure map the most. These maps detail the locations of the cult's cherished hidden treasures. Took me and the lads a lot of time to find them. With these maps handy, you'll never be skint again. Sure, you may have to venture into some dangerous areas to get them, but you can handle that, right? Makes you wonder, why didn't they take the treasures if they mapped out where they were?
Welcome. Nice work.
Pest control.
Got some rare things on sale, stranger.
Yeah. Yes, I will indeed take the map.
You've got a soft spot for treasure, eh? Yeah, that's the way.
Oh, my dear brother has sent me more music to listen to.
How have we procured these curiosities? You don't want to know.
He is the way by
Ruby's all rubbish. It makes no difference.
the way by which I get all of my music.
That's our choice to make.
I thought that they marked these when you were done with them. Now I can't remember. I mean, I already opened it, so I shouldn't need it, but I'll hold on to it for now.
Thank you.
Now, I only used the bolt thrower in the shooting range last time.
All my wares are in tip-top shape.
It's fine.
I
Got a lot of drop-off, more than a crossbow should, given the distances I'm firing it at, but it does have repick-upable ammo. And I do like the snipers in this game. I'm not the best at using them, but I do like them. High power. With so few weapons in this game, I don't really know why they bother having different sections like this, but, you know, whatever. Not going to criticize them too much for putting in extra work they didn't need to.
A well-tuned weapon. Easy.
There's a certain balance I find in games like this when it comes to upgrading weapons, and it's that you got the weapons, you can upgrade them, and they usually unlock more slots to upgrade them as you go through. But also, you're gonna find new weapons that are just gonna be better than even a fully upgraded weapon. Maybe it'll be like a little bit worse than if the previous weapon were fully upgraded. But then the next weapon will be able to be upgraded even more. So there's a balance of you don't want to upgrade too much, but also not too little. But there's another aspect to this as well, in my opinion. This kind of goes for any video game. If any stat on a weapon does not mean that I kill an enemy in one less bullet, especially in a survival horror scenario, there's no real point in getting that upgrade. So say if this little chunk, if I bought that, if that's not going to make them die in one less bullet, but upgrading it this much will make them die in one less bullet, then there's no point in getting just one. I should only spend money if I can get two at once, and just keep my money until then. But I haven't done, you know, the full math to discover if this is the case in this game, but it does feel like some of these incremental upgrades don't really do much. However, that's assuming you're getting headshots all the time. With their overall health, this little bit of damage to their body, if you hit them in the body, might mean that the next headshot might kill them. So it's never bad, but I try to min-max these things sometimes because I'm a nerd. And I don't really find any reason to upgrade this shotgun. The next shotgun, yeah, fantastic. Use that thing till the end of the game. This one, unfortunately, kind of sucks. It's not very long range, and its spread is wider than it needs to be. Meant for engaging several enemies at once, but the next one's used as a fucking boomstick. That's why I love it. We're also going to get the C96 at some point, and I'm going to make a decision of whether or not I'm going to stick with that or go with the next
You just gonna stand
modern
there or
pistol.
what?
I'm talking. Or if I'm going to go with the next modern pistol. I used the C96 in most of my original playthrough, and it's very strong, but I thought I might stick with this kind of pistol, this more modern semi-auto this time around. Oh yeah, this is just for selling as well.
A deal well struck. Wish your enemies sweet dreams from afar, with a bullet straight through their heads. Go on, take this as well. Free of charge. All yours,
Thanks.
stranger.
Same as the sniper rifle, I see very little
Your
reason to
weapons
upgrade it.
are in
Unless you're
good
going to use it against
hands,
a boss.
mate. I'll see you right.
Did he repair this for free when I wasn't looking? Because this was broken before, I thought. Really tempted to get that now. The knife is just so fucking useful in this game, and I always put off upgrading it, but I always appreciate it when I do.
This
So.
kind of work.
Oh,
is
you know, if I
about
was smart,
finesse,
I would have saved before I did
Little
this.
bit
I didn't
goes
do
a
that
long
though,
way.
so I'm stuck with these
You'll
decisions
see.
unless I want to go all the way back.
Well then, what can I do you for? Come back anytime.
I will. All right. So we've got a little bit left. So I'll be right back. And then we'll basically go through the next combat section. If I succeed, great. If I fail, probably going to end stream there. This is my next little wall in the game. This is the next bit where I kind of suck. So I'll come back, do that. We'll see how that goes. But I'll be right back. Okay. Okay. Alright. Okay. Oh. See if I can do this next combat scenario on my first try. I don't think I've ever done on my first try either. Starting to have a bit of a inventory situation here. Oh yeah, can I... No, I don't have my charms. Okay. Would have had to do new game plus for that. Okay. So in that case, we'll craft this into some pistol ammo. Craft it into some shotgun ammo. Can't afford it. Okay. Understood. To get out of my inventory, we're gonna craft more pistol ammo. It'll get used. Oh, yeah, that's right. It doesn't have to actually attach. It doesn't actually change the silhouette. I forgot about that. It just highlights it. I think in the past it used to change its silhouette, and that's why I'm thinking that it did. Okay. Alright. Ready to go get my ass beat. Shit. You will now be 3. You will stay as 4. That should do. That should do. And they are indeed correct. This is the M1903 Springfield. And, this rifle was never properly fitted for a scope. Not for main military use, at least. So this is anachronistic, but that's not surprising given that it is a modern ACOG attached to this thing. However, it also wouldn't have really been fit like that, because Leon uses a stripper clip to reload it, and that would be impossible with that big old scope in the way. 'Cause it's not off to the side or anything. Use a stripper clip if there's all 5 done, at least. All 5 shots shot. Such as it is. Alright, once again, don't think I've ever done this on my first try. Let's see if I can do it this time. Why does it feel like my game lags when I zoom in with this thing? Thank you.
All right. All right.
Oh, maybe he doesn't. Maybe he uses a stripper clip later when you upgrade your reload speed or something. Oh, also, I only had 4 bullets, so he couldn't have. Interesting. Alright. Okay. Let's do this. Large resources. Oh, okay. Thought this was supposed to be open. Ooh, another yellow herb. Didn't remember there were being one here. Ooh, new health upgrade. Yeah, it's really easy for people to get behind me in this section, which is usually how I die, so I'm trying to keep my eyes open as best I can. Can't believe she didn't get me. Cool. Rockin'. Come on down here, bud. Okay. Wait, I can get this bridge to drop, can't I? Oh. Okay. Be careful. Ow.
Next. Sorry.
He did the wick flick. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Get off me, please. Let me out. Oh! I think I may have gotten one of them. Ow. Fuck you. Shit! shit! Oh no. Get up, Leon. Don't die here. Well, I wanted to go up there to open the gate. We must be almost done. We must be. There you go. Please. Oh, I'm so good at video games. Here, one on my left.
All right.
We did it. First try. Fantastic. I can go and pick up the rest of the goodies. Perfect timing, too. It's just about 1 o'clock. I did use almost all of my healing. And quite a bit of ammo. But, worth. Big worth. What? Oh my god. Oh wait, they came out of the door, didn't they?
Coming.
That was a waste of knife durability. Forgot how little damage this thing does right now. I want to get all this stuff quickly and get the fuck out of here before I die. Small key. Now we can open one of those 3 drawers we've seen. What? Other locker not worth your time? No. That's that windmill, I think. You want to be careful of any rusty sounds you hear, because it often means treasure. What a magnificent structure that's barely being held together. I wonder what its purpose was before all of this. I used to be good at shooting the dynamite out of those guys' hands, but, not currently. Not currently a skill I'm possessing. I haven't done it yet. Keep trying. Keep failing. It's really satisfying to see a smaller hexagon spin inside of a larger hexagon. I don't know why, but it's very nice to look at. Missed a treasure. Well, I have to go back. Simply no choice in the matter.
Why not treat yourself, mate?
Look, my health is my business. I'll treat myself when I feel that my health is low enough. Oh, no, I went the wrong way. It's that way. Yeah. Okay, let's visit merchant friend again. See what we got. See. Well, since I don't really need to clear space at the moment, I think I'll just kind of hold on to everything in its current state. As far as treasures go. Oh, there's the check mark. Wonder why it doesn't have that when I look at it in the store. Yeah, duo bonus. That is one of the bonuses we can encounter.
Welcome. Well then, what can I do you for? Ruby's all rubbish, it makes no difference. The price, well, that a deal well struck.
A deal well struck.
A well-tuned weapon can make up for a lack of skill, friend.
Thank you. So complimentary. Yeah, definitely gotta get that.
This kind of work is about finesse, stranger. Little bit goes a long way.
Little bit.
You'll see.
I'm so tempted to get another knife upgrade.
Molding a weapon to suit your specific needs.
The nice thing is in this game, and I don't remember if it was like this in the original RE4, items sell back to the merchant almost as much as you put into them for their upgrades. In fact, I think someone even argued at one point that it was exactly the same. And if it is, fantastic, and I shouldn't be as worried as I am. I think maybe I will upgrade the shotgun just once. Just thinking about boss fights. And being secluded, only the pistol usually ends up me losing more health.
Dazzled, are you? Our craftsmanship demands no less. Will that be all then?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it will be. Such as it is.
We like our herbs, we do. Heal a man,
Kill a man. They do it all. I don't know what he means by the kill man part. Herbs aren't lethal to anybody in any of the games that I'm familiar with. That's just a lot of sling straps. Okay. Well, that is where we will be ending for today. Thank you so much for coming. Those who did. It was nice to have people to talk to. And I should be back next Tuesday, unless something breaks or goes wrong. Maybe even earlier if something comes upon it. Besides that, stay safe, everybody. Have a good day.